Good morning, everybody. It's Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I am a little congested this morning. I don't know if I'm coming down with a cold or whatever, but bear with me. I wanted to say this is a kind of a happy aside. I didn't notice it until I turned the camera off, but this is the paper that I applied Mod Podge to try to adhere that Lipton tea foil. And look, it's turned it into like this plastic looking, and it feels like plastic. So I was thinking, let's do, make our own specialty papers. All right. Now I tried one thing last night, and I'm going to start with sharing that. And you can tell by this paper, I tried to make my own glitter paper. And then this morning I embossed the pieces. So here's one that I did that I put butterflies on. It's kind of cool looking. And there's one with animal print with my homemade glitter paper. And all I did to make the glitter paper is I put just a bunch of Mod Podge down and then dumped glitter. I've got so much old glitter, I'm trying to use it up. This is my year to use things up that I already have. And these just turned out kind of cool. You could cut these up in little pieces and use them on projects, or use like a whole panel on the front of a card would be cool. I'd have to straighten them up. They are kind of cut, crooked. But I kind of like how they turned out. So that was making my own glitter paper. So I tried that. Well, then I got to thinking again about just how cool this looks. The plasticiness of it, that is so cool. So what I thought, I'm not even going to worry about whether I pick up any of this glitter or not. I've tried to shake it off. Let me try one more time. I tried to get rid of most of it, so I might still pick up some of it. What I did is I went to my basket. I have a basket of just, leftover bits of 12 by 12s and stuff. And what we're going to do, and I didn't grab my paintbrush for this, I'll go get it. I'm going to just put Mod Podge on this and then put wax paper on it and then run it through the embossing and see if I can pull it off and turn this paper into this. Of course, there'll be some drying time in the middle there. But I want to see if I can make some more paper that looks like plastic. Hang on. Take me a second. I am going to need to get myself a new brush. I got my Bondo, automotive Bondo spreader there. And I've got my Mod Podge. And I also, let's use a different Mod Podge than this one. Hang on just a second. That would be cool. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I bet I don't have it with me. Oh, I don't have it with me. I have some that'll make it look like metal, but I don't have it with me. So back to this idea. Sorry, that's what happens when you try to think out loud. And I know it looks like I'm putting a lot on here, but I've got the whole piece of paper to cover. And I want to do my 5 cards in 25 minutes too today. So I've got to do a little bit of prep work for that. Pull out the smallest bits out of my bin of bits. I'll show you my basket of bits at the beginning of it. All right. I just kind of want to get it somewhat even application here. And this is only another experiment. We're only experimenting here, and if I do something in these experiments that y'all like, go for it. I give you permission to play. Alright, so I've got wax paper here. And I'm just going to put it down on here. It's squishing out, of course. I got too much, but that's okay. All right. See if I can get it up off from the paper here. Oh, it's going to peel up. Let's just see if I can get this up in one piece. The main reason I want to put the wax paper on to run it through with the embossing folders, I'm just going to flip it over like this and set it under something. Let's see here. I'm just going to set it on the floor for right now and do another one. I think after this brush is just going to go in the trash. I'm mainly just adding this to add a finish, but I thought putting the wax paper down and smoothing it would smooth out the finish, but I don't know. We'll see. We're just experimenting and playing here. I was thinking you could do this with paint too, but I don't know how the wax paper would pull loose on paint. It might do just fine. Of course, I'll have to cut these down, you know, once they dry. And so they'll fit in the embossing folders. This one I'm not pushing quite as hard on it. All right. Now I'm just going to set it on my floor just like that. So this could be kind of cool. And I'll get out some different embossing folders than the ones I used before. And I'm not even caring if I ruin this brush because it's pretty much shot anyway. So I don't know how this is going to work, but I just decided this week needs to be about playing and making something new out of the materials I have. And we'll just see if it works. And I might add a surprise to the whole thing for the people that watch and leave comments for toward the end of the month. Just a hint there. Okay. Oops. One more piece. I'm going to do another piece of white. All right. I'm just thinking the wax paper won't stick in this either, but if I'm wrong, we'll learn something together, won't we? And the homemade glitter paper I made, I let that set all night long to dry because I had the Mod Podge on pretty thick. And see, I'm getting a little bit of glitter in it, but that's okay. Now this is going straight in this trash can because that brush has worked for me for many years. Okay, we'll smooth this out. All right. And we'll wait a while and I'll be back. All right, we're back. And I'm going to just roughly, not even real particular, just roughly cutting some of this excess wax paper away. Scott just came back by the house for lunch after his visit with the orthopedic doctor, and the good news is he does not need anything done to his knees as far as knee replacement or anything, but he needs to lose weight because he's got arthritis in his knees, and basically the doctor said you need to lose some weight and that'll relieve some of this pain you're having. So time to get back on the stick as far as watching what we eat and things like that. I'm just going to cut this in half. And I'm just going to put these wax paper side up in here. And that's what I've already trimmed down these other colors. And I'm just grabbing different embossing folders and lining them up in here. I've got a bunch of embossing folders. This one's not one I want to use. I want to use the ones that have the decoration in them. I've got some that have that like little window, and I've never used them much. Does anybody else use those much? So basically we'll cut it in half this way, or close to half, and then the same this way. Remember, I'm just making specialty paper here. I want to do these together, save some time. That'll just be used in like collages or as accent pieces and things like that. That's what I'm doing here. Black and yellow makes me think of bumblebees. All right, so let's do one of the yellow ones on this honeycomb. That would be cool. And then we'll do the black roses again. We'll do some of this. This might end up getting a little glitter on it because there's some glitter. That one says happy birthday all over it. Here's that animal print again. This is a wood grain. That might be cool on this black. Oh, make sure I get them all with the writing on the top, because that's the side up. I hope I did that on all of them. Nope, on that animal print one I was about to, yeah I did. I just, never mind. I just put it in there backwards. Okay. This one's cute. It's got hearts on it. What I need to do is just go through and emboss all of these on a piece of paper and put them in like a little photo thing so I know which ones I have. That was a huge one. I wanted to use some of these I haven't used much yet. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of different ones. Some of these I haven't even opened yet. I'm just going to use the ones that are open. Uh-oh, this one doesn't have writing, so let's see. Hopefully I got that in there the right way. I might have to open some of these other ones. I had these all sorted by the company and things like that, but yeah, I'm apparently over that because they're all mixed up now. Anyway, one more. Come on, we got one more. Here's one. This is a Cuttlebug. Looks like a checkerboard. All right. So I'm going to go run these through, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm only going to show you the last three. I didn't think you'd want to sit here and watch me do this on all of them, but I'm just running it through and then back and back out on this Sizzix machine. And I've got the kind that is electric because the crank was killing my hand. And it's a lot slower, but the machine knows the pressure it wants to do and all. You just got to make sure you don't have too many of the shims on there when you're doing these. It'll stop. If you've got too much trying to go through it, it won't do it. It'll back right back out. It'll say, nope, ain't doing it. You're going to damage me. Which I kind of like that. Alright, one more. And then we'll go back to the table. And yes, my plates are ugly, but for the folders, I'm not too worried about it. I have another set that, whoops, I got pushing into the wall, that I use for die cutting. And when they start getting like these, I'll get a new pair for die cutting. Because I found that, I don't know, this stuff will show up on your paper. Alright, so we're just going to leave those and go back to the table. Alright, let's see if what I'm trying to do actually works. So I'm going to pull this out of here. Maybe. And then I'm going to see if I can just pull this wax paper off. It's wanting to stick a little bit. I'm not getting the nice shiny bit that I did with the other. It does kind of make it a little shiny, but this didn't work out as nearly well as the... So I'm thinking maybe aluminum foil on top of the paper would give me a better effect. Let's see if something that's embossed a little heavier. And this one I apparently put in upside down. I did. So this is going to be a reverse. See, it should be this way, but that's okay. Now that one shows a little bit shinier. Maybe the dots were just too close together. It gives it a whole different texture when you have the Mod Podge on there. I just wanted to try something different. I don't know if y'all want to watch me unpeel all of these, but the wax paper does peel off pretty good. It's sticking here and there, but not too badly. Got a little bit of sticking there. But it makes it feel like plastic, which is kind of cool if you're looking for something different. Let me peek out. That mailman just beeped, and I don't think it's for me. It was for Mr. Happ across the street. That's what it was for. Honeycomb looks pretty cool. But it just feels different with the Mod Podge on there. And see, the wax paper's got some texture, but I'm not going to worry about holding on to that. It almost looks kind of cool with the wax paper on it. You know, if you wanted to use it like that, I just don't know how well it would stay together. That you can see where I had puddles of Mod Podge like there and there. It might finish drying, but I guess we'll wait and see on that. I just thought this would be a fun thing to do, just for something new and to see if it works. I guess I should have kept some paper plain and then show you some that's been done. Now see, this one's sticking because there's so much detail in the embossing folder. I might have to go in with like a pin or something to get the edge. No, there we go. It does. It just makes the paper feel weird. Kind of, I don't know. See, it looks plasticky. That's what I was going for. Now this one might be difficult to get out because it's the wood grain one. I don't know. Oh, see, now that one didn't work too good because the paper split. I guess the machine pushed it too hard or something. It's kind of interesting to see how it does pull away. This video is going to be so long, y'all are going to be so bored with it. But see, it just makes it look like rubber now. And if you're careful with this, you could probably still use it in one piece, but it might just fall apart. The best one so far, I think, is the one with the butterflies. All right, let's see. I think I did this one backwards too. Yep. How did I manage to do that backwards? Probably running my mouth instead of paying attention. So the Mod Podge is on the back of this one, because that's what the front is supposed to look like. But you could use it either way. And this one's another one with hearts on it. See, I think that looks good too. It just makes it feel so weird. Not in a bad way, in a good way. Uh-oh. That's not pulling off quite as easy as I thought either. I might have to get some paper out so you can see side by side the difference this makes. It probably doesn't look like anything on the screen. Uh-oh. Had a little bit stick here. There we go. We're almost to the end here. Now that one you can see the shininess. See how it's shiny? Uh-oh, that one's sticking a little. This is Mod Podge hanging off the end, but that looks cool. Last one. And then let me grab a piece of regular paper. And I tried to make sure the waxy side of the wax paper was down into the Mod Podge too. Oh, what a mess I've made in my chair though. So I might take these and do some die cutting with them. But let me get a piece of paper. Well, maybe I've got some in that basket. Here's my basket of bits and bobs here. It's huge. All right, this is regular black cardstock. And then this is the cardstock after it's been put through. You can see the glossiness to it is totally different than the original piece. Wish I hadn't messed that one up because that looks cool. And then that one. See how shiny it is? Let's see if I can find another piece of white. No, that's not the same kind of white. That's photo paper. Well, apparently I don't have any more of the white or the pink in this box. There's a piece of pink. I have so much of this. This needs to be the box I use. All right, here's a regular piece of white. And then here's the one with the hearts. It's harder to see on that, the glossiness to it. Probably mostly what's going to show up is the embossing, but the paper feels different. And that's not even the same pink at all. That's not the same pink. So I can't compare that or the yellow, but they do feel different. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this experimentation video, please give me a thumbs up and share it if you would like to. And I will try something else. See what else comes out of my crazy head. But that might be next week. I think I'm done with experimenting, and now I want to work on some projects that have to be done. I've got some activities in the My Year 2017 that I haven't done yet, and I've got my quilt group that I organize things for has started. I have 2 swaps to work on for that. Quality Crafts. I keep wanting to do the weekly challenge with them, but then before I know it, it's time for it to be in and I haven't done it. So I'm going to create a dry erase board for each of these groups. You know, get a big dry erase board and put a square for each group and write down what needs to be done and then wipe it off as I get it done. So trying to get more organized. I'm no good at using a planner. They just frustrate me. So I'll let you go. Bye.